Alright, and welcome back for another episode of Magic Farm 2. Got so many things lined up today, I almost don't know where to start. But yeah, it's been a couple days since I've been able to record, and been doing a few little things off camera. Nothing major, but a few things just kind of gathering, charging up the wands. I did finish that second silverwood wand from the last episode, and I've got them both charged up. I guess I need one more point of Perdito or Chaos, which I can get right outside the front door here. And while I'm here, I guess, grab that. I will mention that, although I don't show it on camera very often, I was getting annoyed with the noise level down here when I came down to the farm. So I built a sound muffler. Pretty easy, just a note block plus some wool, and I still don't know why all my animals are escaping the fences, but they are. So I've still been just kind of gathering them up and putting them back in here from time to time. So again, I should probably do something better with that, but have not done so yet. While I'm here, I guess I'll shear these guys up and get a little more wool. I did use up a bunch of string. And of course you can turn wool into string with the pulverizer, so that's one option. I actually had enough cotton from the old farm over here, so I didn't have to do that this time around, but I used up a bunch of wool and a bunch of string on these. The thaumaturge robe and leggings. And I can just put those on for a second to show off how neat they look. Aren't they cool? Nice and purpley. Where's the sun? There's the sun. But at any rate, the point of making these is to get that extra V discount. So there's an extra 4% there. You can also make boots and get another 1%. Whoops, let's get back in the regular. You can also make the boots and get 1 more percent, but for the 1%, I'll just leave on my boots the trap, honestly. Alright, what's next? I have used this axe of the stream so much, it is almost broken. And a lot of what I used it on, well, probably not a lot, but some of what I used it on is I chopped down and regrew these trees probably 20 times. I think this one had been Magic Forest last time. But these other two were not. So this guy did get a pure node. You can see it down in there. Let's break that mana bean for the moment. There we go. Now you can see the pure node. And so that is what I thought you needed to make Magic Forest. But this guy does not have a pure node again. And he also made Magic Forest. So I actually at one point thought, well, okay, maybe the other option is the really big tall trees make Magic Forest, but I had at least 2 or 3 other big tall trees that did not make Magic Forest. So I don't know. If you get a pure node, you'll definitely get Magic Forest. If you don't get a pure node, give it a little bit of time because you might get Magic Forest anyway. And there doesn't seem to be any real good way to tell. What's next on the list? Okay, so remember I had that soy milk forever, and I finally tried it and tried to see if it would cure poison. Well, a skeleton shot me with a poisonous arrow and almost killed me like right outside the house. So I went and got a bucket of milk and tried this, but it turns out you can place liquids from Mine Factory Reloaded. See, this says milk bucket from Mine Factory Reloaded, not normal milk. So you can't drink normal milk, but what you can do is take this guy and where is it? I think it's shapeless. You combine it. Alright, let's just do this. Recipe for milk bottle. There we go. A milk bucket plus a glass bottle, and then you can get a milk bottle. So, these you can drink. I won't drink it right now, but that should be, and I haven't been able to test that to make sure yet, but that should be a cure for poison. Alright, what else is on the list? Oh yeah, ran kind of low on sand again, and kind of ran out of glass, and then I remembered, oh yeah, I knew this, but just kind of forgot about it. If you hit U for cobblestone, and we go to the pulverizer, you can pulverize cobblestone into sand with a little bit of gravel as a byproduct, which is probably still in here, yep. So I pulverized up a couple, 3 stacks of, alright, more than a couple, 3 stacks of sand, and then ran it through the, cobblestone into sand, and then sand in the furnace to get some glass. So I got a bunch of glass, and then I ran some of that through the smeltery and got some clear glass out of that. So that's cool. Alright, so I got a bunch of glass, and the reason for that is these nodes in a jar. But actually, let's do this first. I was considering making a new one of these. Maybe I should, maybe shouldn't. I don't know. It doesn't matter too much. But I've got 30 levels, and this guy's almost broke. If it gets repair from an enchant, then it'll repair itself back up. If it doesn't get repaired, there's a couple of other options. So I think we decided my number's 2. So let me do 2 and 30 levels. No, that's not good. Fortune. Okay, what am I going to cut with an axe of the stream that fortune's going to work? I didn't even know you could get fortune on an axe. Unless it makes saplings drop more often, but you don't cut the leaves. Alright, so that's kind of crummy. Well, there's a couple of options of stuff I can do with it. We'll get back to that. I just wanted to try it. I can either make a brand new one, or I can do something else. But I do have a few stacks of essence berries again, so the automation's working, and we can enchant that up anytime I feel like it. Alright, so let's get to these node in a jar. So obviously I've already been out and I've grabbed a couple of these. I'm going to do a couple more on camera here, but I thought let's get started, or I did a couple off camera, and I thought let me place these first so that they can start recharging, because when they're in the jar they won't recharge. You see that air only has 3 in it? It's because I drained it before I put it in the jar. So it'll have 48 just like the Aqua and Terra here. And you also notice it says normal and pale. Well, when you put them in a jar you have a chance of kind of damaging the node, and they can turn into pale, which means they don't recharge as fast, but yeah, it's not too big a deal. So I wanted to do 2 things. One thing is I want it to recharge while we're gone, so I want to make a chunk loader, and that's going to take an enchantment table, some gold, and an ender pearl. I'll presume most everybody knows chunk loading and all that already. I guess just to real quickly mention it, basically Minecraft only keeps a certain amount of area in memory, and again if we go here and mouse wheel up 1, I guess it is. Right now only the green squares are actually in memory. So if we think about, let's say, these nodes, this fire earth node, if it was drained it would be regenerating itself right now. But this node is out of the green squares, so it's not in memory, it's not loaded, it's not doing anything. So if I go drain that one, and then I come back to the house, and then I go back, it's not going to be fully regenerated. Now obviously if I get closer to it, it's going to be in memory, and it's going to start regenerating while I'm wandering around near it. But basically nothing happens unless the chunk is loaded. So we want to get our chunks around the house loaded up here. And a chunk, by the way, is just a 16 by 16 area. So if I go grid, this grid shows us 16 by 16 blocks. That each one of these is a chunk. So let's see, where's kind of the middle? I kind of want the silverwoods in. Yeah, these need to be chunk loaded. The farm should be chunk loaded. The house is pretty well centered. I don't really need the jungle over here loaded. I do have some cactus and stuff over here, so maybe kind of out here would be a good place, maybe. Yeah, let's do that. What is that funny? Oh, that's my cobblestone half slabs. That's what that is. Alright, so let me go out. I'll put our chunk loader down like right out there. And then we'll drop these and I can hit F9, and you can see the chunk boundaries. So I want it to be kind of right out here, I think, would be good. Oops, let me zoom in. Yeah, maybe even here would be better, but let's just do it here. Yeah, let me go one left, because, well, no, yeah, because I wanted the cactus and stuff. So this will be our center, and then I'm just saying, okay, so what's kind of the middle of the cactus and the silverwoods and all the stuff around here, right? So if I make kind of a big circle, right, so maybe this is more the center, but let me do it here just so it's on land. So right down here. And you can put this anywhere, you can hide it if you want, whatever, but I'll just put this guy on. I'll turn on the lasers, and I'm going to want it probably 3, maybe 4 chunks in size. Now you can see the lasers spinning around, right? So there we go. We got the cactuses inside the lasers, so they'll keep growing. The trees are in there. Let's take a look here at the silverwoods. Yes, that looks good. Obviously the house should be all in. Yeah, so probably 4 chunks. So this is going to take a little more memory if you're on a server. You want to be careful how much you chunk load, and it's going to increase the load on the computer a little bit, but not much. It's just basically like having another player here, kind of. And then this thing's got some options for circles and lines and whatever. So if you want to like have a bunch of rail going, down a track, you could just do a line in the X or Z and just keep the railway in memory instead of a big square area like I'm doing here. But for ours, the square is just perfect. Alright, let me hit F9 and turn off the chunk load area. Grab these tomatoes real quick, soybeans. I just harvested this a bit ago, but a few things are back. That's good enough. Oh, actually, there's quite a bit of cotton. I probably should do a little MFR, because Mine Factory Reloaded, because it has a bunch of options for planting and harvesting plants, farms, and so far I've just kind of been doing this by hand, so it'd be probably good to automate that. Okay, so if you noticed, there's a little hole in the floor there, and above there's another hole, so that probably means I should make a couple elevators. And I'm going to want to dye them brown, and the brown dye is cocoa beans. I think you just do it directly, right? Or does this turn into brown dye? Yeah, you just do it directly. Okay, so what's going on here? Well, we're going to put an elevator here, dye it brown so it kind of matches the spruce a bit. And if you notice, the roof is a little different, right? It's kind of straight across now instead of going up there to the peak. Oh, and I also put another chandelier in here just because I want to make sure nothing spawns over in this area. And I'm going to fly up here for the last time. Put this one down. Oh. Well, I'll worry about that later. I may want to... Yeah, that'll look better from inside. I'll leave that for now. And they have to be the same color, remember, so now I should be able to go down and up. And right here is where I'm going to start putting some Thaumcraft nodes so that we can oh yes, that's broken. So that we can put down the wand charging station. So let's do that. I've got 2 already in my pack. Let me go ahead and break these out. And these do affect the stability of your what's it called? Arcane Infusion table? Infusion altar, there we go. So you do want to have these centered, and this block is right above the Infusion altar, the runic matrix. So what we do is put them down like this, and don't worry, we're going to go get some more of these so you get to see how to grab them and bring them home. But again, I just want to get these down and get them recharging. So that one's actually already charged, but this one needs to get going. Okay, so you just what is it? You left click? No, right click. There we go. Right click with your wand, and it breaks it out of the jar, and now it's just a regular node again, and it's ready to start recharging itself. So I need to do a little more work out here. I was thinking about enclosing all this in glass, and then I thought, I don't know. So for the moment, I'm just going to leave it like so. Okay, so that's not going to do us much good unless I come over and make a charging stand. And actually right now both of my ones are already charged because I ran all over the place. Let me get daytime, I just don't want bad stuff showing up. Ran all over the place, draining all sorts of different nodes, and like you saw, I was still one point of chaos short when I started the episode, so we want to do something a little better than that. So if we go to, actually is it basic? No, let's go to thaumaturgy, and I've got this wand recharge pedestal, and to make that I'm going to need gold, diamonds, an arcane pedestal, a hopper, and I didn't set all this up yet, but magic, change, and aurum. So let's just do all this on camera this time. I think it said 10 aurum. I typically don't like the GUI scale all the way on huge because it doesn't work very well with NEI and some of the other interfaces, but for this we need it. So we need 10 of that at least, and it wouldn't be bad to have a little extra. Just double check that it's 10. Yeah. 10 aurum, 15 change, 15 magic. So I should have plenty of magic already. 46. I don't think I have any change. And we need to get some aurum. So, let's go to the ethereal essence, because this is, again, one of kind of only 2 places you can get aurum from. And do I have any permutatio essences? No. That would be odd, because these are the aspects that were in the nodes that I broke. So you don't often have a node with permutatio in it. Okay, so basically I'm going to need, let's just say 10 more, and that'll give us 2 extra aurum. So I need 5 of whatever, one of these. And we'll just put these guys in here and throw in some coal, because apparently I took it all out at one point. So that'll get our aurum. Now, we need some permutatio. So how do we get that? Well, let's go to the basic info, aspects of magic, and then we'll flip through until we find the permutatio, and we float over it. So it looks like copper has it. Oh yes, and those ashes like I mentioned before. So we could do copper or we could do ashes. Well, the ashes aren't good for much else, so let's see how many ashes I grabbed. Oh, and how much do we need? We need 15, and you know, again, I like to have a little extra. I'll probably use it at some point anyway. Ashes. Oh yeah, we got lots of ashes. So that's one and one. I'll just grab half a stack and get them cooking. How much of this do we have? 46. Yeah, let's do maybe 16 would be a good number here. So one piece of coal will actually cook up quite a bit. The problem is when this fills up, then yeah, I don't want to, I know it's just coal, but I don't want to burn another piece of coal for maybe like one more. Anyway, when the purple piece fills up, then you have to sit there waiting for the purple to drain out, and it'll use up extra coal for you. Alright, so just shift right click with an open hand to grab a label, and here we got 2 there and 10 there. Let me just do that, and now that's all good. There's our potentia. And where's our permutation? Here it is. Oh, okay, so some ended up here, and then some ended up here because I just moved that other one. Alright, so let's label that for the moment, and we'll get this out of here. Yeah, we can just leave that labeled for the moment. That's kind of my extra label that I just use to move stuff around. Alright, let's eat. And what do we need to do? Alright, so I need 5 diamonds, because I always bring an extra. 2 hoppers and 2 gold. don't think I have any hoppers. I know I've got a couple of gold. Ugh, that UI is so big. Stop it. Okay, so diamonds, gold, and oh good, we do have one extra arcane pedestal from something else. Put the pedestal on the pedestal. Gotta love that. Hoppers. We'll take chests. I think I've got. Yeah, I got a couple chests. Or yeah, right now I can't get to NEI because we're on the big scale, but that's okay. Hoppers are easy enough. Let's just do that and something like that, and 1, 2. And actually, well, shouldn't use these up unless one breaks. Okay, so we need a hopper across from gold, diamonds across from each other, and that should be good. Okay. And again, I don't think it matters which ones you put where as long as they're balanced. Right? So if I look from here straight through the altar, then there's a diamond over there. If I look here straight through the altar, there's an item over there. If I look here straight through the altar, I see another item, which is the gold. Alright, last check. Did we do everything we gotta do? We got magic, we got change, we got aurum, we got 4 diamonds, we got a gold, we got a hopper, and we've got an arcane pedestal, and the instability is minor, so this should be pretty simple to get done. 16, 12, and that, yep, just under what we need, or just under a full stack, that is. Okay, so there goes the aurum, here comes the magic, and even so, though there shouldn't be a problem, I'm still going to keep a close eye on it because you just never know what might happen. Can't see the gold. Oh, I can just barely see the gold. Okay, here goes the gold. And the diamonds. Oh, a couple diamonds and the hopper. And now a couple more diamonds. Interesting. Cool. That should do it. There we go. And as always, it goes to the opposite side. Yay! Okay, so we're going to put this guy right here. And again, these aura nodes do affect the arcane infusion stability. So you want to center those on your infusion altar or put them far enough away that they won't matter. Ooh, let's scan it. That's a good idea. What do we got? Oh, look at all the good things. So we got a bunch of extra points there. No research note, but that's okay. And basically, you just take your wand, you stick it on there, and then if it's not charged, which this one is, and you've got an aura node nearby, you can get it automatically charged. Alright, so that's that. Let's put some stuff away. I got 23 minutes already. Alright. Put a few things away, and let's go get a node. Yeah. Put that away. Oops, that's the one with the focus on it. Let's do that. Okay, so to get a node, first you need the research for it, and then you're going to need some glass and some wood slabs, and I think you need vanilla glass. I'm not sure if the other ones are work or not. So I went and looked at all my different nodes that I had marked, and I tried to pick 8 nodes that'll together will give me like at least 100 of each aspect. And then I changed the group on those to nodes. I just put a Z on the end, whatever. And I already grabbed 2 that were over here, and I want to grab one here. I had a tough time finding enough fire, so that one's a little small, but I'm trying to do the best I can for the fire. There's one way up there, there's 2 over here to the right, and there's one way down here, right? So let's grab this guy. Now normally I don't try to grab ones that are real close to home because those will be in the chunk loader boundaries, or at least be charging when I'm around home, and be kind of a backup. So all these close ones, you know, I can still use these if I need them. The chaos node out here, whatever. I don't need to pick this up and move it from there to here, right? I want to go pick something up from far away and bring it home. So anyway, this one's a little close, but it's a nice one. It's got 4 good elements in it, and it's pretty good sized. So let's go grab that one. That'll be a good one to kind of demonstrate on. Now let's see, time. Yeah, it's almost nighttime, but I've got my sleeping bag. So we can just do that once we get down here. I won't have to worry about the things. Oh, the other thing is, with Opus running, or Map Writer running, you can hit N to get this map up. So I can see on there the node, because I've marked it on Opus, I didn't mark it on Voxel Map. Because Voxel Map is just kind of a local mini-map where the Opus / MapWriter one shows you everywhere you've been. Oh, come on, it's nighttime. There we go. Oh, head in the wall again. Hopefully we're not suffocate when we get out. Nope. Oh, but we are stuck. Okay, can we break this and then be unstuck? Yes, good. Yeah, there must be some magic with that sleeping bag so I don't get stuck every single time, but I don't know what it is. Alright, so how do we get a node in a jar? And of course you can read this in the Thaumium. You can see I used this one, right? But still got some juice. Again, you can read this in the Thaumium, but here's how you do it. Basically, you're going to surround it in glass. So node right in the middle, and then a 3x3 of glass. And remember, with vanilla glass, if you misplace it and break it, you lose it. So do your best to place all the pieces right. And then put these on the top. Slabs. I don't think they have to be oak wood, just any slabs, I think. And then I'm going to put on my thaumaturge robe and leggings for the discount, because the next step is we hit this with a wand, and you'll notice this thing's fully charged, and I've got all my stuff on, so it's 81% normal. So normally it should be 70 V to do this, but it should get almost a 20% discount by putting on the robes and the goggles are revealing. And again, you could get 1% more if you wanted to do the boots, but I went ahead and skipped those. So you just right click it, and there you go. So this is a normal looking warded jar, and basically we made a supersized one out of glass and slabs. And I don't think I've... Okay, it just scans as a node. Okay. So it's the same as the node. Alright, and we see, it did turn pale again, so at least one of the aspects is pale, and I don't think it ever tells you which one. But one of those went pale, so it's going to charge a little bit slower than normal, but that should be fine. Just clean this up real quickly, and let's delete this because that node is no longer there. And then obviously, let's just fly home. Did I? Alright. Do our little flying thing. And we'll pop this. Oh well, actually I'm not going to pop this on the roof yet because remember the nodes affect stability, so I want to place down 2 at a time. So these are centered over the altar, and these would be centered, so I want to do 2 of them at a time. Now this guy, if you look at the UI in the upper left corner, has 43 of everything left. So if we pop him in here, he is going to start sucking in pretty quickly too. Look at that. Start sucking in all the aspects from these nearby nodes. So that's 80 order, 80 earth. That's going to get those recharged for us real quick. More earth. Here's some water and a bit of air. That may not be quite enough. But this is the whole point of going out, doing your whole node in a jar and bringing it home. Oop, little NEI bug or glitch there. Okay, so if I want to use this one again for that, I'm going to need some fire and some Perdito, which we have some Perdito right here. Suck that in. That's 80, so that's enough to do one more. And there is some fire in that one of these two, or maybe both of them. I don't remember. Oh yeah, 53 fire. Plenty of fire. So like I said, this is a good one. I mean, it would have been a nice one to put up on the wand recharging station, but it's also right next to the house, so if the recharging station is out for some reason, I can just pop down here and grab some from there. So basically I need a little more air and a little more chaos to fully fill this wand up, but I've got enough to do another node in another jar, and I think I will do that off camera next after this. Last thing, just noting, yes, I've got 3 silverwoods now. Do I have a 1, 2, 3? No. Let me do this. So that one was fully grown. So there's a size 1, here's a size 2, and here's the size 3, these bigger ones that are glowing faster. And if you break those, you might get 1, or you might get 2. So there we go. Just got an extra mana bean. And I've been putting them in an iron chest for the moment, but really I'm going to change that out with a filing cabinet because it does a little bit better than the iron chest does. So I hate to say it, but I think that's already an episode. Let me go ahead and finish getting the nodes in the jars and bringing them back. And then maybe next episode I'll work on automating this because this is very manual and time consuming, and every one takes an extra spot in your inventory, so you have to have some inventory space open. Yeah, so I mean, this is not a great way to do it. And once we get this all automated and get stacks of these things, we can use this to feed the infusion altar. So I don't have to cook up a boat for Eider. I can just grab mana beans with Eider in it. Now it's going to take a lot of mana beans to do that, but once we get this going, I think we'll be good there. Alright, so a few things to do off camera, and I hope you enjoyed this episode. We'll come back next time, and yeah, I think I'll work on automating the mana bean forest here now that it's all pretty much turned. Are we all magic for? Oh well, we still got some meadow here, but I'm sure I can do something with what we got here. Alright, hope to see you next time. Thanks for watching.